It's finally June, which means it's the official month of LGBTQ pride celebrations. It's my favorite month of the year. This year, however, is a little different. We're still stuck in quarantine, so a lot of events have been canceled, postponed, or moved to digital events. But that doesn't change the fact that we still need to be celebrating the 50 plus years since the gay civil rights movement. Pride has changed a lot for me over the years. When I first started going, it was more of a giant party for me. Yes, I was definitely celebrating our culture and how far we've come throughout the years, but it was also a chance for me to party like crazy. And trust me when I say there's nothing wrong with that. It's not every day that you get to hang out with thousands upon thousands of queer people and just let loose and drink and have a good time. That's a really important aspect of pride celebrations. But as I got older, that's kind of changed for me. Now I'm recognizing pride as what it is socially, what it means to our community, what we've been through, our struggles, and everything that we've accomplished. A couple years ago was a really pivotal pride for me because I didn't want to just go out and get faced. Again, nothing wrong with that. It's still a celebration. You should still be happy, and it's a lot of fun. Just be safe, choke on some glitter, and have a good time. I wanted something more out of my pride celebration. I wanted to grasp the entire concept of what we were celebrating during the month of June. So as a compromise, although I didn't get faced, I did start taking a few shots about 10, 11 a.m., but that was okay because I was doing that because I was nervous. Nervous because I was going to march in the Pride Parade for the very first time. It was one of the most liberating experiences of my entire life. It was like a mile and a half of parade on Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood. As I was marching, I had all these eyes on me, walking down the center of everything. And just people lined the streets watching us, cheering us on, celebrating. But the weird part was, I felt really small. I felt like being in the parade was weirdly less significant than the people standing on the sides. Because to me, the parade that I was watching was all the people lined up on the side of the street, having fun with their friends, being able to just let loose and be themselves, seeing same-sex parents with their children watching the parade for the first time, seeing elderly people, straight people decked out in rainbows to probably compensate for some stuff in their past that they've now learned was wrong, seeing a sea of multicolored flags, asexual, pansexual, demisexual, the traditional pride flag, transgender flags, everything. It was so much for me to take in, and just one of my absolute favorite memories. I hope that one day I'll be able to do that again and feel even just a fraction of what I felt that day. Last year, I was kind of feeling the same thing about pride, where I didn't want to just drink too much, pass out in some stranger's bathroom behind the toilet, wearing nothing but a zebra mask. Not that that ever happened. Anyways, last year, I wanted to do something that I've never done for Pride before. I wanted to celebrate my community, specifically the downtown LA drag scene. So that's when I released my first book. The Downtown Underground, which is available on barnesnoble.com, amazon.com, and londonalexander.net. It's a memoir of my time with the underground drag queens in downtown Los Angeles. A lot of my friends were part of the inaugural season of Dragula on Netflix, a reality drag show that's a cross between Fear Factor and RuPaul's Drag Race. It's got horror punk queens that take things to the next level, whether they're jumping out of airplanes, dancing in their own vomit, or spewing blood all over the audience. A lot of those queens are featured in this book. It's a lot of stories behind the scenes with drag queens doing insane things. At one point I got chased with a gun by a lesbian. I was in a car chase with a jealous stranger, and I was almost drowned by a horde of drag queens. The book also follows one of my closest friends, Isadora Divine Manson, and her journey of becoming a drag queen, from being a shy kid in college to becoming a flamboyant, charismatic drag queen that she is today. Of course, you couldn't talk about the downtown LA drag scene without talking about the person on the cover. St. Peter DeVille, who is an integral part of building the community. I've had the pleasure of getting to know him throughout the years and becoming friends. There's so many underground downtown Los Angeles drag queens featured in this book. People like Isadora Manson, St. Peter DeVille, Allie Doom, Vander Von Odd. Who the else is in this? Britney Shears, Valerie Von Boom, Luna Lovecock, and quite a few other queens that I won't mention because I really don't need any more hate messages. Writing about a lot of these events, however, has led to the loss of a lot of friendships for me. For reasons that I can only imagine, a lot of people did not like the stuff that I wrote about in this book and have since completely disappeared from my life. It's unfortunate, but this is a very real memoir of things that have actually happened, things that I've gone through, and things that have made me the person that I am today. Note to self, don't call a drag queen annoying in the next book. Don't write about drag queens doing drugs. Oh my god. I definitely shouldn't have written that. No wonder why I lost a lot of friends. But that's life. Shit happens, people come and people go. I cry, it's sad, but what are you gonna do? I'm a writer and this is my art, just as drag queens do drag and that's their art. That just goes to show how raw and real this book is. How it shines a light on some famous downtown LA drag queens. But it's all in good chaotic fun, just like my entire life. Most importantly of this entire book is that all the proceeds have been donated to the LGBT Center in Los Angeles. That center played a huge role in my life and was there for me and my friends when we had nowhere else to go. So it's my small way of giving back to the community. So far we've raised, I believe it's just over $500 for the center. You can order it on barnesnoble.com, amazon.com, and londonalexander.net. In honor of Pride Month and the 1-year anniversary of the Downtown Underground being published, if you subscribe to this channel, I'll send you a code for 20% off the book. Of course, all the proceeds will still be donated to the LGBT Center. So happy Pride, everyone, and let's continue to celebrate the best that we know how. Well, how y'all doing? It's hot in here.